Welcome to our Love of the Game segment on basic field maintenance. Maintaining our fields is essential to creating a fun, safe surface for the players. Each field should have several rakes that can be shared before and after games. Drag mats are available as well. The home team should prepare the field before games, while visitors drag the infield and put tarps back in place post-game. Unfortunately, it's not always dry, and making a field playable after rain takes a bit more time. Please schedule this into your pregame plans. The obvious solution to a puddle is not the best solution. Raking mud into the grass just displaces the mud, creating a lip of dirt around a deepening depression in the field. The next time it rains, there will be only more water. While counterintuitive, spread the puddled water and mud around on the surrounding dirt. Use the rakes to break up the large lumps of mud. Sun and wind will begin to dry this out immediately if there is enough time before the game. If needed, use a field drying agent like Turface to absorb the extra moisture and speed up the drying process. Just spread the dust on the affected area and rake it into the mud. Be aware of the amount of time before the first pitch, but start with small amounts of drying agent. Remember that mud was removed from the depression, so move the loose dirt back into the space where it came from. While this is far from perfect, it's playable and beats the alternative. Time is at a premium on evenings when everyone is rushing from work to get a game started. Lining the field is a simple process that just takes a little care. If a batter's box template is available, line it up with home plate and walk along the edges to create your outline. Using the field liner, outline the batter's box as best as you can and square up the boxes with a rake or your hands. This is simply attention to detail we can impart to the kids. If we show them we take pride in the little things, they will learn to take pride in them as well. The baselines or foul lines extend from the back of home plate out past the bases. If available, use a spool of string to make sure the lines are straight. Hammer a nail into the back corner of home plate and extend the string beyond the base, lining it up with the outside of the bag. The baseline or foul line is, ironically, completely in fair territory. Start the base path at the outer edge of the batter's box, trying to keep the chalk inside the string, removing the base to line beneath its outer edge. Take the foul line out as far as your league requires. Once replaced, the base should line up flush with the baseline. If you decide to try this without a string, please remember that the standards we set for our kids encompass all phases of the baseball experience. If we take pride in the small details, they come to realize that's just how it's done. No one will notice the straight line, but everyone will notice the crooked one. Bases with in-ground mounts often accumulate dirt below the ground that makes the bases crooked. If you see a base lifted up and rocking under a player's foot, this is a safety concern and should be fixed immediately. Remove the base and using a sharp object, scoop out the compacted dirt inside until you can see the bottom of the mounts. Replace the base back in and redistribute the removed dirt around the base. If there's time, painting home plate, the rubber, and the bases is a nice touch. Again, most players won't notice if you don't, but they will appreciate it when you do. Simply use some white field paint. For bases, brush them off and give them a solid coating. But please, don't do it in the grass. A coat of paint on the grass could last through several cuttings. Paint the base on any patch of infield dirt or gravel, and the excess paint can easily be raked away. Post-game, make sure to rake the field, leaving it as prepared as possible for the next team. Do not rake base paths from side to side to avoid building up a lip of dirt along the edges that will hold in water. Rake them lengthwise, from home plate through each base. As adults, Treat the gear we share with respect, because again, we set the example for the kids. They will behave as we do. After the game, cover the mound and home plate with tarps if available. This keeps the existing moisture in, but covers them from potential rain. Mound tarps often have a chain sewn into the edge, so no weights are needed, while the larger home plate or field tarps will require weights to keep them down in case of a storm. Please remember, the better prepared a field is left after a game, the more time coaches will have to spend with their players before the next one.